There you go. All right, guys, so I had my little marine seat right here, the Millennium seat. I made it permanent to where I made it like a bench, but it's still too wide when I'm having it in the kayak when I'm trying to use a tiller motor. So I went to Home Depot. I got me a 6-foot strip of pine board, and I actually found this little stain on sale for $5. So it's like 43 bucks for both of this. So I stained this last night. I got the guy at Home Depot to cut 20 inches. So I'm gonna pretty much glue these together to where it's kind of thicker. And I'm gonna seal it. I'm gonna stain it like 2-3 more times. Then I'll put like a varnish on top. But my plan is to actually mount it on here, and that'll be my little, I guess, teak bench. So, and also I'm gonna have my kayak cushion I can sit on top of it as well. So let me get this unbolted, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna get it set up. All right, guys, so this is gonna be the concept. I still have to make sure it's even on both sides. I was thinking I probably should have gone like maybe 23, 24 inches so I can cover up the little side humps, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I think that'll be still okay. That's just one board. Like I said, I'm gonna stack them. So I'll glue them together and stack them. But what I'm gonna do is put this upside down, and then I'll drill the holes to line it all up. And then I'll put that one on top of the other one and pre-drill some other holes as well. All right, so got my first 4 holes pre-drilled. I measured to where the back side will be 1.25 inches. The front is like maybe 1 1/8 inches. So I traced it out. This is gonna be the bottom part that sits with this on top. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna marry up these 2 boards together, and then I'm gonna clamp them, and then I will drill through the second ones. But on the top bench, I'm gonna countersink it that way when I put my screws, I'm not actually sitting on it on my bolts. And that way it's flush. I may countersink them enough to where I can actually get some caps and put over them. We'll see what I can come up with, but yeah. All right, so I put some wood glue in between these guys. I got 4 little small screws that don't go all the way through, and this is still the bottom side. So that's what's gonna pretty much hold the glue together. And also, obviously, once I put my bolts, it's gonna sandwich it even more, but that was just trying to hold it for now. I'm still thinking I'm gonna round these edges off. I don't know yet, we'll see. But this is the first little base, I guess. So you can see it's actually pretty thick. If you look at it, let me see how thick is it. It's actually, what, 1 3/4 inches? Nope, 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches, yeah. So that's pretty thick. But I'm gonna pre-drill these holes a little bit bigger now, because I use I think a 1/8. Now I'm gonna put a 1/4 inch, no, 3/16. That's what this is. I'm gonna put a 1/4 inch holes now that they're stuck together, so I can get some perfect holes. All right, guys, so this is the concept. Not done yet, but this is the concept. I just sat in it, and it works pretty good. Feel like it's gonna be okay. Still got a good bit of room, and it actually covers my whole entire butt, so I think my hands are ashy. But also, I'll be able to put my kayak cushion down there on top of it too as well, so that's gonna give me a little bit of butt cushion. And obviously, these bolts right here, I'm gonna countersink them. So, and I may try to see if I can get some caps. So I need to go to Home Depot, get some longer bolts, and we should be done, guys. All right, guys, change of plans. So let me show you what I decided to do. Decided to take this other board, actually, let me just show you, that way you can see the difference. So if I put this board here, the seat was gonna be like this, so I had to let edges out, and I was like, man, maybe I should have went a little bit further. I think I said that earlier in the clip. So I already had pre-drilled these holes right here, kind of countersunk them. And I randomly just took this board and I put it on top. And I was like, oh dang. I was like, this is kind of actually perfect. Like, this kind of goes across. So if I need to shift my weight to one side, whatever, I say this would be really, really good. So if you're looking at it from right here, you see it goes completely all the way across. So I decided that I'm actually going to just use this board, and I'm still going to double them up and stack them up to where it's like that. So what I did was I took this cup, did like that, and I just made me some little corners, like little circles, that way I can kind of round it off, because I want the edges kind of rounded off. That way it's not sharp edges. And I just came back from Stein's. I actually found me a jigsaw, because my jigsaw that I had decided to just stop working, just broke. So I got a new jigsaw. So I'm gonna cut these edges off, get it all nice, and I'm gonna round it off. Then I'm gonna sand the edges. And then when it's time to screw these together, I'll screw from the bottom. I got some sharp screws. I'll screw to the bottom, and that'll actually suck these together. So the only thing that's gonna be mounted to the base is gonna be this guy. So this is gonna be countersunk. And then I'll put the screws underneath that goes through here, comes out, and goes into this wood. That's gonna hold that together. So let me start working on that. Now I just need to sand these edges, guys. You can look at the board now. It looks a whole lot better with the rounded edges. So yeah. All right, guys. So this is the first coat. I got it tilted at the angle. This is the back. Look like I missed a spot, but this is the first coat. I'm gonna let this sit for 2 hours, and then I'll come back and put a second coat. This one's already done, but I just went to the dang on store and just realized that, crap, I didn't get no dang on varnish. So I need to get something that has like that nice shiny glaze on top that pretty much makes it waterproof. But this stain is gonna act good too for the color, but now I need to go get that clear coat on top. So yeah, so that's round one. I'll show you guys round two. All right, guys, so I got the stain done. Just went to Home Depot. Got me some of this polyurethane. I think it's polyurethane. Sure urethane, spar urethane, whatever you want to call it. But this from the exterior, crystal clear satin. So it's not gonna be too shiny. So I'm gonna spray that on there to give it like a waterproof type protection. So let me get that done. I'll show you guys how it's done, how it looks when I'm done. I'm gonna probably open that garage. Almost want to wipe that, but I'll let it sit. If it looks too bad, then I'll sand it down and redo it. All right, let's let that dry. All right, guys, so it's the next day. You see, you got a little satin finish on here. See the lighting. Let me see if I can put it in the light. I'll sit it right here, so you can actually see the little light. It's a little satin finish. So yeah, it looks good. So now I gotta just mount this base right here. Already got the screws to mount this base. I got the bolts on. What I will do, I will cut these bolts down. I'm gonna cut them pretty much to where they flush, because when I put my gas tank kind of goes under my seat, and I don't want this to be in the way. So I just need to flip this piece now and then put this on top of it. And I'll take my, I'll pre-drill 4 little screws, one here, one there, here, and here. And then I'll screw it so I can sandwich these two together. So let me take care of that. All right, let me make sure both sides are even. Let's see what we got here. We got 5 3/4 on this side. On this side we have right at 6, so I need to push it 1. God, good. I swear these Ryobi 2s are trash, dude. Drill bits are trash. How you gonna break in this soft board? This board's not that hard. Good gosh, let me put my screws in. Put no pressure on them. All right, there we go, guys. It's done. There we go. Teak bench, my own homemade one. I'm gonna put it on the kayak now. All right, guys. So that's it for this video. Let me flip this camera. All right, so that's the video, guys. That right there. As you can see, came out nice, clean, little round edges. I still gotta put my kayak cushion on it as well, but yeah, looks good in my book.